What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over and talking about the content that is going to be coming to NBA 2K25 MyTEAM tomorrow. Some more big-time diamond players. Kyle Korver, Kiki Vanderway, Glenn Rice, Amethyst, Dana Barros, who's like 5'0", and Tracy Murray. In this tweet, it also does say we're going to get a Ruby Tracy Murray. That's what it is. That is who we are going to get. And then it says plus more. So I do want to start off by talking about the good of this set. Is that at least we're going to get a Ruby card. Like, honestly, I was pretty worried come last week that we weren't going to see any like kind of budget-ish cards because last week was all diamond cards. But this week, I do think it is going to be a little bit better. Obviously, Tracy Murray, S6'7", Ruby shooting guard. Diamond Glenn Rice going to be a stud. Korver a stud. Kiki a stud. And then Dana Barros, who is like 5 foot again, nothing. Now, my big thing here is this. 3-point royalty. Says 23-point percentage lead coming tomorrow to my team. What does this even mean? Featuring 20 players who have led the league in 3-point percentage. 20 different players tomorrow in the drop? That is absolutely insanity. So, along with who we're seeing as far as like the headliners, we should be seeing some really good budget beasts as well in this set. And that is something that I personally am pretty excited about because look, I love my budget cards, especially, you know, when we are talking about, Sapphires and below right now. I genuinely feel like those are going to be some of your more fun and common budget cards in the entire game. Because I hate to say it like this, but I feel like right now in my team, there really weren't that many budget cards. Yes, the Series 1 cards were pretty budget-ish options, but outside of that, there really wasn't a whole ton. So that is something that I am pretty excited about. We're going to be breaking down the top headliners here. But again, just realize, like, we are getting 20 new cards tomorrow. So it's not just a few or a couple cards, 20 new cards to add to your collection. So if you are balling on a budget, and let's say you have grinded a lot of domination, built your MT count up, you should be able to build a really solid squad coming to tomorrow. So that is, again, something to enjoy, something to be pretty positive about. Let's start with Tracy Murray. 6'7" shooting guard that led the league in 3-point percentage. I mean, are we serious here with Tracy Murray? I think this card is going to be an absolute beast to add to your specific squad. Again, 6'7", going to be a great shooter. We'll see what his defense is like, all of those types of things. But I think he's going to be a beast. Dana Barros, not super excited about him. I mean, Dana Barros always is in the game, but he's super undersized at that point guard position and never is going to be one of your best point guard options. And then each and every one of the diamonds, guys, are honestly diamonds that I am pretty hyped about. I think all of these diamonds are really solid cards that you can add to your squad. Definitely should help you out. I know a lot of people right now are struggling shooting the basketball. It's not just, you. A lot of people can't really shoot the basketball. These guys should definitely help with that, with Vanderway, with Korver, with Glenn Rice. But again, just kind of realize that it's still going to be decently difficult to to shoot the ball. You're still going to have to time shots, those types of things. Now, let's talk about the auction house a little bit. Am I expecting the auction house to crash a little? Honestly, for the budget-ish cards, a little more than anything else. So, like, the rubies, let's say, like, I think the price of overall rubies are going to go down. Same thing with sapphires. Same thing for every other position. Just, again, for the sole fact of, we're getting a lot of new rubies, sapphires, and other. I think we're going to see all the way down to gold cards come tomorrow with this drop. Because, again, we're getting 20 new cards. And unless they just make everybody rubies, I think it will be pretty tough to make them all rubies, stuff like that. Especially when we saw rubies, ammies, and diamonds already inserted into the game. It's not like it's not like we see all of them at the same tier. So that's really kind of where I'm at. Some other guys we could see, maybe like a Luke Kennard, Seth Curry, Joe Harris type of budget cards. Maybe even like a Grayson Allen, I think, led the league last year in 3-point percentage. Maybe like a Steve Kerr, Hubert Davis, Drazen Petrovic. Guys like that, I think, are guys that we could see come tomorrow. Again, not all of those guys maybe led the league for a specific season, but all of those guys had really high 3-point percentages in their time. I think for me, this could possibly change kind of the meta of my team. I feel like right now in my team, again, it's more of attacking the rim, that type of a game. But if we were going to get some great shooters tomorrow, especially those diamonds, it is going to change the game just that little bit. From you know what, attacking the rim to now, if you have a Korver with a 90-some 3-ball with a good release, he is going to be knocked down in that catch and shoot situation. Now, I will say this. This drop might not fit the meta of my team. Because if the meta of my team ends up being that, you know, attacking the rim, playing great defense, that's not going to be the meta of this drop. Again, this is kind of an offensive drop. This is kind of a 3-point shooting drop. I do think, you know, with domination being difficult, a lot of the domination guys do go under screen. So if you know, do pick up a Kyle Korver in all-time domination, he should be able to, you know, light up that defense. I don't know. This is just an interesting drop. I'm going to be really keeping an eye on what these stats come like tomorrow, what type of badges these cards get, what type of releases these cards get. But I have seen a clip of Glen Rice. He's got a good release. Kyle Korver. I can't remember the last game in which Korver hasn't had a good release. Kiki, I feel like in recent 2Ks hasn't been great, but am pretty excited about him as well. Is this going to be, you know, worth opening packs? Absolutely not. Obviously, I'm never going to be a fan of that, but definitely maybe worth targeting some of these guys off the auction house. Because again, there's not a lot of MT out in circulation right now, which even a guy like Tracy Murray could be our first budget beast of the entire year. If he's under like 10,000 coins, and he is what I think that he could be, he is going to be an absolutely elite card in the game. Now, a lot of people might be wondering, might be asking, are these cards already in the game? Like, you know, are they already in the hidden gem set, stuff like that? I don't believe so at the time I am recording this. But again, I'm not for sure on that. I don't believe these are a part of the hidden gems kind of set. I guess Kiki Vanderway is already in the game. So maybe he is. When I'm looking at Kiki Vanderway, he looks pretty solid. 82 speed, 82 perimeter defense, 89 3-ball with some really good badges already. So I guess maybe I'm wrong. I guess these cards might actually already be in the game, which is just crazy to me if that is indeed true. I'm looking and seeing if the rest of these cards are actually in the game already, because if they are, again, it is just absolutely crazy to me that we already kind of know what their stats and badges are going to look like before the cards are even out. Like, I'm not going to hate on it because it's a new thing added to the game, but it is really, really, really kind of a different thing that I'm going to definitely have to get used to, which I think these cards are already in the game, you know? Just, yes, Glen Rice is in the game as well. Yes, these cards are in the game. Now, the card art is different, but again, I do expect these cards to be in the game. Glen Rice has a 97 3-ball come tomorrow. I mean, again, some of these cards are absolutely ridiculous. And I actually do, for the sake of this, want to go through and talk about it. Like, Glen Rice come tomorrow. Again, we'll wait and see, but he is going to be elite. 97 3-ball, 86 bueno. Solid enough defensively with decent speed, decent badges as well. I mean, are you serious? And then again, when we look at the last card that you've already kind of talked about here with Kiki Vanderway, I got to find him here. But he was in this set already that I've looked at as well. These cards are going to be way ahead of what I think their time should be. I do think 2K is releasing way too good of cards, honestly, way early. Here's Kiki Vanderway. You can see what he's like, 6'8", 89 3-ball. Solid enough defensively with decent speed. Obviously, badge-wise, gold limitless. Gonna be pretty solid. So that's just one thing to kind of keep in mind, is I feel like the pacing of this game is not going as slow as I would hope. But that's just kind of my personal opinion on things. I do wish, you know, the pacing would be a little bit slower, and we'd go from there. And then Kyle Korver, 6'7", 93 3-ball. Obviously going to be a good release. Korver doesn't look that good, but obviously, again, probably is one of the better releases in the entire game. So those are the cards we obviously do know are coming. Dana Barros isn't going to be that great, but I'll be interested to see, like, Sapphire-wise, who we are going to get. Expect, again, some guys that are really, really good shooters. Maybe even an Isaiah Joe. Wouldn't surprise me to see him get added into the game tomorrow, because we are seeing 20 new sharpshooters. So go through. You guys can go through on your console and look of just anybody that we could possibly see. Again, it is a strictly shooter set. So any guy that you remember being a great shooter in his time could possibly be in this set. I don't know if Peja led the league in 3-point percentage or not, but guys like him definitely could see a card tomorrow. So I actually don't mind it. It's just going to take a while to get used to this hidden gem set, how it's going to work. Again, the hidden gems cards are going to turn into actual cards come tomorrow. So again, it's kind of weird. Like if you have a Hidden Gems Korver, I think it's going to turn into the actual Kyle Korver card. And that's just going to be something that is weird as well. So again, as 2K just starts ramping up, we're going to have to get used to how things are working out. But I am excited, as I do think this drop is going to kind of change the way the game is played just that little bit. Let me know your thoughts on this set down below in the comments. For me, I'm more excited about this Tracy Murray card, who I'll show you guys as we end this video, is going to be an absolute beast tomorrow. 6'7", 93 ball, really solid defensively. Comes with gold limitless. Obviously, wish more defense, but think he's definitely the name guy to look at as far as budget beast comes tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.